Hi everyone, welcome to the 7th video of Redux Toolkit tutorial series. In the previous video, we have completed our normal flow of Redux Toolkit. Till now, we have covered configure store, create slice, use selector and use dispatch. And today in this video, we will cover CreateAsyncThunk method. In the traditional approach of Redux, we have to manually download the Redux Thunk library and we have to manually set up the Thunk middleware. But now, when we install the Redux Toolkit library, Redux Thunk got automatically installed. So if you remember, in the introduction of Redux Toolkit, I showed you one thing. So let's jump back to our VS Code. And if you see, Redux Thunk is already present. So for explaining this CreateAsyncThunk approach, I will take an example. Let's go back to our application that we have made till now. So we have this login page, and when we click on the sign in button, the user should get sign in. The sign in code is already present inside our application. If we check the handle submit method, we have the sign in logic. Now we have to move this sign in logic inside our CreateAsyncThunk. So for that, I will create a new slice for the authentication purpose. So let's move to our Redux folder and create a new slice. I will name that auth slice.js. So we have to import CreateAsyncThunk from the Redux Toolkit. Import something from Redux Toolkit, and the something is CreateAsyncThunk. Now let's call the CreateAsyncThunk method. CreateAsyncThunk method takes two parameters. The first one is the string. We have to pass the name of the thunk that we want. So I'll name it as login. And the second parameter is an async callback function. So I'll pass async arrow function. This function should be async in nature. You will get it why it should be async in nature in the next video, where we implement reducer for this CreateAsyncThunk. And this callback takes two parameters. First one is the value that we are passing when we dispatch action from our login file. And the second parameter is the Thunk API. So we will discuss this Thunk API in the upcoming videos. For today, we will discuss only the value property. You can name it whatever you want. For my reference, I name it as value. So let's move the login functionality inside the CreateAsyncThunk method. Let's copy this code. We will move it inside this callback function. We have not copied properly, so we have to copy this thing also and paste it here. Now everything has been completed. Now this is an external dependencies. We have to import it. So let's copy the imports. Copy these imports and paste it here. So now our error has been gone. Now take this email and password from the value. Email, password. So this is an object destructuring. You can read it. I just want to save this user info object inside my Redux. So I'll return this user info. So we have to return those values which we want to save inside our Redux. In my case, it is user info. Now take the CreateAsyncThunk reference inside a variable const login equal to CreateAsyncThunk. I will export this login method. So we'll export it. So our CreateAsyncThunk method has been created successfully. Now we'll try to dispatch this asyncthunk from our login file. So let's go to the login file. Import the use dispatch from React Redux. Import something from React Redux. We'll type use dispatch. Now use dispatch returns as a function. We have to catch it inside a dispatch. So we'll remove this code. Let's write the dispatch and we'll import our login from auth slice, and here we have to pass our data. So our data is inside this user info object. So we will pass user info. Let's save it. We are getting some error in the auth slice because of these imports. So I have to correct this import. Firebase. Just print a console to check what value we are getting. So let's print the value. Let's also print the Thunk API. Thunk API. Now let's move to our application. Open the console. I am typing a fake email address. Let's click on sign in. Now we are getting the email and the password, and the second object is a Thunk API. So in the Thunk API, we are getting dispatch, extra, and many other methods. So we'll discuss it in the upcoming videos. Let's move back to our application. So now our CreateAsyncThunk functionality has been completed. So in the next video, we will create a slice and a reducer for this CreateAsyncThunk. So till then, you can practice this and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video.